Trump signs into law the Take It Down Act. This is courtesy of our friends over at Exodus Crime, a nonprofit that helps with folks who have been trafficked to pull them out of trafficking and bring awareness to the cause. This is also highlighted by my buddy Joshua Broom, who we've had on the podcast before, who comes from this world of adult entertainment.
Yeah.
And Joshua was saying that, he was 10 years removed from this life and still can't get his old videos taken down.
That's brutal.
So you imagine someone has a whole new life as a pastor, loving Jesus. Now they got a family. Now they got kids. And that stuff would have been forever online had this law not passed. Okay. So shout out to Exodus Crime for kind of breaking it down. It says, breaking the Take It Down Act becomes law, making non-consensual porn a federal crime.
Oof.
Okay. Let's understand what this is. Revenge porn is now a crime. This strong bipartisan legislation makes it a federal crime to post intimate images, real or deep fake, AI generated, of another person online without their consent, and require technology companies to remove any such content within 48 hours. That's amazing.
Yeah.
One of the things about this Cassie and Diddy trial, not to get off track, was that one of the reasons she claims, I want to say in our actual deposition, that she wanted to stay with him is because he kept passing around footage of her at these freak-off parties that she initially consented to.
Yeah.
And then these videos started floating of her that he would show to other people.
Yikes.
And she was afraid that had she left him, this is her version of it, that this would have been everywhere. And at the time, this is before like Kim K turned this into a lucrative brand lift for herself.
Oof.
Right? That at the time, 15 years ago, if you had stuff like this out about you, like it was career suicide, it was over for you.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that this is now law, right? It was passed almost unanimously by both chambers of Congress earlier this spring and signed into law by President Trump in the Rose Garden at the White House today. This is interesting. One of the few times we see everybody come together.
Yeah, definitely.
Like everyone's unanimous on this. This is a rare sign of everyone coming together. First Lady Melania Trump championed this legislation. It's heartbreaking to witness young teens, especially girls, grappling with the overwhelming challenges posed by malicious online content like deepfakes. This toxic environment can be severely damaging. We must prioritize their well-being by equipping them with support and tools necessary to navigate this hostile digital landscape. Every young person deserves a safe online space to express themselves without the looming threat of exploitation or harm. Now, here's the thing. I would say as a rule of thumb, don't send these sorts of images ever to anyone. Ladies, fellas, don't do it. I have a friend. We have a friend. Before he was saved, sent out one of these images on like Snapchat.
Oh yeah.
And the girl hung it over his head after he came to faith and became someone that was fairly known within the space, that she was going to leak this photo and try to humiliate him.
Oof.
Even if you're not a Christian, don't send these photos.
That's brutal.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's just too much risk. The part where I feel more compassionate even, because I don't think anyone should be exploited in this way. However, if you're sending that out, there's a degree of risk you're taking by sending that out to someone.
Super.
Yet, the idea of deep fakes, you don't send it out, and you're in high school, and all the mean girls or a dude makes this and then passes it around and makes it look like this is you by creating a deep fake of you.
Oof.
And now you have to try to explain to people it's a deep fake. That's not me in the video. And they'll be like, yeah, that's you, you whore. Exodus Cry is honored to have helped champion this law over the past few years by sitting down with lawmakers in Washington, D.C. to advocate for this bill, working with our allies who have tirelessly fought, advancing the trafficking hub campaign, which puts a global spotlight on non-consensual exploitation and built its empire on. All right. Why does this matter? It matters to young women like Serena, how do you say it? Fleets, who was featured in the New York Times article, The Children of Pornhub, because Pornhub refused to take down content of her when she was 14 years old. It was only after they faced intense public pressure as a result of the trafficking hub campaign that they removed 10 million videos and images suspected of containing non-consensual illegal content. These breakthroughs happened because of your voice and your generosity. Exodus Christ currently engaged in multiple campaigns aimed at uprooting rotation, new games you can help fuel groundbreaking victories. Yeah. Shout out to Exodus Cry. I really feel like they're doing good work, and they have a lot of conversations with people who are in these spaces and to bring awareness of how exploitive this stuff is. But it's good that there's precautions being sent around this. I think that the good news is that stuff can be taken down easier.
Yes.
Whether it's deep fake or real, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone has something of you incriminating, take it down immediately.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's a massive net positive because these sorts of things can be made about and just a speculation of it. Just a speculation of it. Imagine you're a pastor and then someone doesn't like what you said about a specific community.
Yeah.
And so then they got an axe to grind, and then they make one of these for you, and then they send it, and then now you looks like you're cheating on your spouse.
Oh no. Good heavens.
You know what I mean?
Shells. Yeah.
And now this is being spread around. And you're like, but that's not me. But the damage may have already been done.
That AI thinks I'm 20% body fat.
You're stupid.
That's not me. I'm 40%
Oh my
body
gosh.
fat.
Yeah, this is really, 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 really dark stuff.
It's not okay.
As good as it got passed, I'm glad that people of all political backgrounds found something finally to unify on. Now,
Come on.
can we start chipping away at the entire corn industry?
Seriously.
Can we start mandating that you got to upload your ID if you're going to go look at any explicit content? Can you stop mandating and in the
Talk about
same way,
accountability.
yeah, in the same way, incrementalism has helped the pro-life movement slowly chip away at all the ultimate goal is to ban it.
Mm-hmm.
Can we slowly chip away at corn in the same way? I think it'd be amazing if we could. Because just think about the deterrent, the deterrent. If every time you got to go, you want to look at the stuff, you got to log into a verified account that has your ID on it.
Face ID. It does the on your face. People are like.
So I think it's a massive positive. So let's see if we can get some of these folks behind it, because Cornhub has been exploited for a long time in terms of the people who have stuff on there. Now it's finally coming down, but think about all the kids that won't have access to this. You know what I mean? And then it can't be that difficult.
Yeah.
Right? It can't be that difficult. There's all kinds of stuff to do online. You need to verify your ID.
It's a fact.
Tons of stuff you can't do online. You can't apply to get your driver's license, renewed without verifying your ID.
Yeah.
If you added that as a stipulation, I think it'd be massive.
Yeah, they added I think what was that? Didn't they pass a law or something already with some sort of verification?
I think so.
Was there?
In certain states.
Oh.
Mhm.
Was it 21 plus or?
No, it's 18.
Oh.
I think it's 18.
Oh, that makes sense.
Corn addiction is just as
Not
powerful
cigarettes.
as alcoholism. The hook is pretty big. Yeah, I mean, I would say even more so.
I gotta pee.
But I'm saying the more friction you create for people, I think the harder it is, right? So alcoholism is obviously bad, but you create friction like, hey, don't drink and drive laws. Hey, if you're at a bar, they can take your keys from you. They create the friction, and that friction minimizes people's ability to just flippantly indulge in this sort of stuff. So I think it's a massive net positive to go that direction, in my opinion. Because I think you really got to be depraved to try and argue that this adult content is a net positive. I don't see it as a net positive. I don't see it as helpful. I think the damage it does on children is not good, and you could argue that as the reason to create adult ID verification. I want you guys to know, Occupied Till I Come 60-day devotional on sale for our big Father's Day sale. 35 days in the Old Testament, 25 days in the New Testament. This is where we actually transition into the New Testament, day 36. And what's cool about this is we have a reading that you go through. There's a verse here that kind of summarizes the reading, and then there is a additional chapter of reading with custom journal prompts at the end of each reading. So there's also a section for prayer requests. I always recommend you keep track of your prayers. Why are we telling you guys about this? Well, to show off our brand new amazing overhead camera, but because we're doing our biggest sale ever. Well, excuse me, not our biggest sale this year. I think our biggest sale since Black Friday or Christmas, and this is $22. We usually have these upwards of $40. They're pretty much 50% off, available right now, and along with our entire Priest Provider Protector collection. So Father's Day always gets slept on. Don't sleep on fathers. Go scoop your father, your grandfather, your mentor, your pastor. Get them something. Get something for yourself. Every time you put this on, you're reminding yourself what it is that you are called to as a man of God, to be a priest, provider, protector of your home. We also have the individual pieces. We got some puzzles on here. We got the long sleeves. We got our cheapest hoodie we've ever made, $45 hoodie, same blank as this oversized tee, this is the one I'm wearing, Lane 7. So go to blessgod.shop, get that now. I think you guys will appreciate it. Get your Father's Day shopping done. Like, knock it out. Don't worry about it later.